15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Geno Atkins got home that time. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Wilson. And he connects with Ertz. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
Complete to Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the AFC's 32-yard line.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now the leading rusher in the league, Ezekiel Elliott of the Cowboys, his 2nd Pro Bowl. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there and also a first down. Well, he was so good throwing the football on third down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down. He finds a way to convert.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now the New York Giants star playing in the Pro Bowl as a rookie, Saquon Barkley. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now Wilson. That's caught at the 3. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an...
And he will carry this one in. Touchdown, NFC. Taking it in from a yard out. And the NFC is in for 6. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from here?
Yeah, not bad at all, right? An easy trip to come right to the studios here in Orlando. You, of course, have to give a little bit more effort, a quick flight, then you're here, but you've learned this city quite well. And how about it, the Madden Studios right here in Orlando? That's where Coach and the guys hang out as well.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. Brett Kern of the Titans on to punt for the AFC. Tariq Cohen of the Bears back deep for the NFC. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the NFC will take over first and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC.
Yes, I do.
But for the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with a gold jacket, all of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Oh, and the AFC gets in to block it. And they are going to take possession of the football. And a blocked punt always can be such a momentum swing.
In a big way, because now the spark has been lit. Everyone gets involved with that team. And many times coaches preach, you block a punt, you block a kick, that usually leads to victory.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown from 6 yards away. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during the regular season, didn't we?
We certainly did, and it continues now in the Pro Bowl. You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Myers connects on the PAT. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. On first down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
A final shot before break. Wilson, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, it's Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. 20, 10, and touchdown! Tyreek Hill. 76 yards. And the AFC has taken the lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas, 74 yards. And the NFC just an extra point away from tying up this game. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you threw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there. That'll bring up second down. Charles, this the 2019 Pro Bowl. The AFC's won both games that have been played here in Orlando since they moved it here. Both have been competitive, 20-13 2 seasons ago, and last year in 2018 it was 24-23 the final.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Travis Kelce, Lorenzo Alexander were the game MVPs, offense and defense respectively. And then last year, Delaney Walker of the Titans, their tight end, he won it on offense, and Von Miller of the Broncos won it on defense.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A first-time Pro Bowler, here's James Conner of the Steelers. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles All-Pro, there to make the tackle. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler and going home and telling your family, we're headed to Hawaii for a vacation. But think about going to Orlando, especially if you've got kids. All the theme parks, all the great things to do, plus not nearly as long a flight no matter where you come from in the United States. I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it here in Orlando.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Give him 30 yards there.
It's a gain of 30. That's good for an NFC first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Burks over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Rosas puts this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for him. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. The left side completion to Jones. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A first down carry for Barkley. Gets around him. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now is Wilson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. A 16-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. To throw, it's Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw, Mahomes. Now a desperation throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the AFC able to cut it to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be secured by the NFC, and they are going to win this football game. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy classic Madden with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game in exhibition.
I'm in the whip, all in the rest. I never switch, ice in the wrist. I get the money, but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for them that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savings, you be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch.
Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip.
Ain't too many can play with us. See where this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah. that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Yeah. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Yeah. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? Calling, let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab round man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like who's that knocking at my window? My window. They say that it's the money, I'm like 10.